This is lame.
I like the aspect ratio at the beginning. Four,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
4:3.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Harvey, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Okay. Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's that delicious.
I don't know.
Okay?
I think his voice should be deeper.
The first time. You couldn't
I
tell
don't know. He sounds like a guy from Yancey Street.
that wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world right here. Yeah. Best looking image. Johnny never caught fire.
He looks good as Johnny Storm.
Yes.
That was cool.
She looks great as Susan.
I think so too.
And she sounds like what I picture Susan sound like.
Yeah.
She looked great at the.
Well, she knew how to dress for the occasion. The Fantastic Car.
I like the car a lot.
Notice how we don't see Reed stretch, we see everybody else's abilities.
Yep. Carrie's about that too.
I don't know, man.
Presented
looks
it
good.
fantastic vision.
Fantastic. Yes.
Oh my god, please let them pull some crap like that at the beginning of the movie in the movie theater.
It's
Shot
the only
in
problem is
fantastic.
Marvel doesn't know how to make a bad trailer.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's true.
But this looks like old MCU. This looks like Captain America: The
First Avenger.
Did
Yeah.
you
like-
hear the
I think so,
rumors
too.
that they may be bringing Jonathan Majors back?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard that too. But that won't be in this though.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Oh no, it won't be in this. No, of course not. But just the
Well,
fact that like,
That's just our first reaction. I'm gonna spin the camera around, get closer to you guys.
Yeah, let's
And
get-
Joey's
yeah.
gonna leave, so we gotta get
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just
did you
like,
feel more this time that we rewatched
I
it?
didn't feel anything. Yeah, no.
Feel something.
Even with Cliff's hand up your ass.
Hey everybody, it's me Josh, and you're watching the Council of Comics.
You're a big guy. You could do this.
So, Josh, I think you're the biggest Fantastic Four fan of like the council. What did you think of the trailer? And what did you take away from it?
So I was very happy with it because, you know, there's been a lot of conversation over the years when it comes to Fantastic Four movies. Okay, like what works and what doesn't work, because clearly none of them have been blockbuster hits as far as overall fan satisfaction, right? So I think the biggest thing right out of the gate is the setting, bringing it into the 60s, 1960s. I think that is a key right there to making this work. Because I think it's a lot like Captain America, right? So yes, you can update the character and you can have him be set in modern times, but Captain America is born of the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with Fantastic Four. I think you have to have that foundation. You know, they're
No
all
pun intended.
Right, exact future foundation. You have to have that. You have to have that starting point. Then you can go from there, whatever it is that they're going to do. I mean, obviously there's lots of rumors about where the story goes from here. But I think having that aesthetic, that time period, setting it there right out of the gate is the right way to go. So that made me very happy from that perspective. And we were talking about this, just overall the look of it feels, you know, there's definitely there's CG there for sure, but there's just more practical effects because, you know, it just feels more lived in. It doesn't feel
It feels like
it's
a
just
real
shot.
place.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
And even the CG is like refreshingly on point.
Yeah.
For like, you know, what their past few movies have been. But just from a vibes stamp, like, I don't know, man. Look, like I said, we all know Marvel cannot make a bad trailer. But I don't know. I get that feeling with this trailer, like for the first time in a while, to be honest. When it comes to MCU movies, it just feels like, I don't know. It feels like they got it right, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's like way too early to say that, but I'm just going strictly off vibes. The cinematography, the way that it's shot, it looks like they took their time with this one. They actually like took it serious, and I'm excited to see how they're going to carry them into the future.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think it's like one of the things. Okay, yeah, obviously the jury's going to be out. Is it a great movie? Is it a good movie? You know, we don't know that yet. But at least it's something like after the fact we can look at it and say, okay, there was an attempt made here.
Mhm.
It looked like they went like just from the trailer alone, like to get the their origin right. So like you see him going in kind of like going into space. You see like even the rocket.
Right.
It looked like the rocket. Like what else was in the trailer that you like? We saw Galactus, of course. So
Clifford, you haven't said anything yet.
And I find the trailer was very impressive. Also, we're at a stage in the Disney MCU timeline where it's go big or go home. So yes, tease Galactus in that trailer. Tease him all day.
Yeah.
Also love the Human Torch. Thought he looked great. Thought Ben looked great. Thought Sue looked great. Thought everybody looked great.
So we were having a little conversation about the voice of the Thing, and I can see kind of both sides of it.
Yeah, it should be. I think it should be deeper.
I can get that, but I
And a
think
little crackly, like a rock. You know what I
and
mean?
you know what? They release these trailers to see what people say like that. So like.
true. They could end up.
So by the time we actually see the movie, like that could actually like happen.
I hope so.
My thing is, I'm wondering if they have a concern of losing too much of the actor's performance by doing anything to the voice. You know what I mean? So that might be
because I
where
thought
they have to find the balance.
I thought what he brought, like everything was very simple, but it's very Ben Grimm, just him tasting the sauce, and I'd be like, okay, I like this guy. Never gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, not because it's not delicious, but I want to zip it up a bit. Like just the fact that like it was all very, it felt like Ben Grimm.
It did in personality. I agree.
Yeah.
And we haven't heard him project yet. We
Right.
haven't heard. It's clobbering time, so
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And are they gonna jerk us around like they did with Captain America? We're gonna wait 7 movies before we hear it's clobbering time.
Yeah.
Or
I think
Flame
we're gonna
On.
hear it during the Super Bowl
I hope so.
Sunday.
You never know. I don't know.
Oh, is there gonna be another trailer?
I think there'll
Super
probably be
Bowl?
like a commercial for it.
Yeah, because this one's a teaser, so that we may get more during the Super Bowl.
You might get more
It's
than
possible.
The Superman.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. They might add more. Superman, we're getting something on Sunday, but that's during
The Puppy Bowl, yes, because Crypto.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
apparently Crypto is going to save that movie.
So you guys like the uniforms?
Love the
Fantastic
uniforms.
Yes,
Four?
I do too. Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
fantastic.
they look pretty good.
I think they have to suit again an MCU aesthetic because it's like where you want them to be colorful and unique to the MCU, but then they also have to. They just can't be just spandex.
Well, you know what's
either.
funny? They don't even look MCU-ish,
No, they don't. But
right? Which is what I like. They still look more whimsical.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're not, but they're also not spandex either.
And
you
they're
know
not
what I mean?
spandex, yes.
Right, but they're also like utilitarian. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they serve a purpose, but like they look like they're lived in, not, and which is really more of like what you're trying to go for. Again, very first Avenger, the first costume that Captain America had in that movie. It was colorful, but it also felt like it had like purpose to it and wasn't just.
Well, the first outfit they gave him was the one to go on tour,
Well,
the
right,
USO
yeah.
tour. So that was spandexy, and then it
True.
was like a joke.
But as a joke, right? Exactly. But I think this works here, and I have to chuckle a little bit at the Thing being in a costume like that, because I think that saves them a little money on
CG.
Yeah, if you keep him, you know what I mean. If you have him wearing a shirt and pants and all that all the time instead of him running around in his underwear.
So
But-
I'll go to some negatives now.
Okay.
Let's do a lot of positives. We talked about it in the chat. It's not something that's gonna make me not watch the movie, but I don't see that Thing going up against the Hulk and lasting very long. And in the comics, they
Because of his
usually
size.
go toe to toe for a little bit. You
I
know
can
what
see
I mean?
that. He does look a little bit like, and I guess it's the way he's drawn in the comics. He's
It
very
depends.
big.
Yeah, I think it's the comics that have made me
Yeah.
see it a different way.
So I think what's funny is that it's like we were talking about. Of course, we have no context. Sorry, guys. Sometimes we talk off camera. But anyway, it's usually very artist interpretation. But traditionally, the Thing is viewed as an underdog whenever he fights the Hulk.
Sure.
And as we kind of dug into Google and Marvel handbooks or whatnot, the Thing is only 6 foot. He's actually like shorter than Mr. Fantastic. That's the way he's supposed to be. So I think they kind of just went for that more traditional comic book accurate look. I can understand the desire though to want to just see the Thing.
I don't want him
I get it.
huge.
No, I get it.
But I want him smaller than Hulk, but I want him to be able to stand to Hulk
Yeah.
and be like, all right, let's go.
So
You know
I
what mean?
think what it boils down to is in the comics, it's so much easier to take liberty
Yeah.
like that, especially because Hulk can get bigger in the
Yeah.
comics and Galactus can get bigger in
Or
the comics.
shrink.
Thing not so much, but at the same time we haven't had the issue of seeing a live action Thing versus a live action Hulk in a movie yet. You know what I mean? So, and plus like the way if we're going into the current MCU, Professor Hulk, like Mark Ruffalo's Professor
Yeah,
Hulk,
small.
he's not going to be fighting
Yeah.
Ben Grimm anyway. I don't see a reason for it, at least. I don't even see. I don't know when's the last time we saw Hulk fight anything. He's very subdued right now.
They'll get back to that though. I mean, I think
would
that's
assume
inevitable.
so.
It's inevitable.
Don't worry, that man's got a chamber of personality disorder
Yeah,
waiting to be
just like
waiting
in
to
the
be opened.
comics. Yeah.
And so like the last time we saw Hulk, right? Remember when he like walks up in it's in She-Hulk there at like some kind of family
With his
barbecue,
son.
right?
Yeah.
He didn't look like a giant
didn't look a
looming
giant,
presence.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
So like I think it would be. I don't think you'll have to suspend disbelief in
Yeah.
too much.
Maybe it'd be cool if they fought as they are now, and then the Hulk gets angrier, and he starts getting bigger and bigger, and then things like,
Okay, but how much more exciting will it be if we get a giant-sized raging Hulk when Thing lands a punch on him?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Because now Thing will look like the underdog, and it'll be more exciting when Thing actually puts a few hits in.
That was very much, again, as far as the size, I don't entirely remember, but I remember like the original Hulk versus Thing fight from Fantastic Four.
Didn't they do it as a team?
Yeah, but yes, like they all together fought him. In fact, there was a story later where it was the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, all of them against the Hulk, because they had just gotten to that point where he was taking them all on. This was in the 60s, but when it was Thing and Hulk just one-on-one, I mean, and this was back, Hulk wasn't quite totally like the rampaging Hulk. He still had some intelligence to him, and he was like very arrogant in his fight with Ben Grimm. He was just like dogging him. He was just like, listen, buddy, there's no way you can take me on. You know what I mean? You might be
Rockman!
You might be the big guy when you're hanging out with the Fantastic Four, and you can take on all their random, Russian villains with super apes or whatever, but you're fighting the Thing now, or the Hulk, and so it was a different dynamic than as we've seen over the years. Sometimes it's very much like I feel like there wasn't like a Bernie Wrightson comic where like the Thing and the Hulk fought.
Yeah.
Like didn't like Jim Starlin write that or something? Right, and they were probably drawn to be the exact same size in that. So it's always up to interpretation. We'll see.
We'll see how the CGI draws them when we get to that fight. Some movies down the road.
Exactly.
We may
I think
not
our
even,
biggest
we may not even
negative,
see
because
that.
I came out like a little bit underwhelmed, and I think
That
the
can always
biggest
be
thing,
another.
the reason I came out underwhelmed is like the state of the MCU today, and it seems like we're like unfortunately we're building on top of a mess, and when you're building on top of a mess, it's just easy to make a bigger mess than anything else.
So that's what I will say, because
It's building on top of a mess, and it's kind of a mess right now.
if
so.
I'm separating the trailer, like I can separate the trailer, like just not thinking about it being in the MCU, and just be like, okay,
Doesn't look like it is in the MCU. That's
well, it's not really yet. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's a separate Earth. But okay, like if you were just showing this to me as a standalone movie, right, I would feel however I feel about it.
Yeah.
But then my concern is that once it does get integrated with the MCU, where do we go from there? And I'm somebody who's not as totally down on the MCU as a lot of people understandably are. I'm still kind of on board with it, but admittedly, the gas isn't fully there, right? You know what I mean? It's not the steamroller that it used to be. But I kind of don't want. Like I watch this and I'm almost like, I almost don't want it. I want it to just stay.
But I
its
think
own
it is
thing.
going to get integrated, right?
It will. Oh, totally will.
this
They're going
is-
there,
So,
yeah.
so it's easy to like say it's getting all right because this is going to be part of it. So
It's almost
I have
like
faith in the Russos.
no. I think it's going to be fine. I think it'll go fine. It's just I'm just saying, watching it, I'm like, I almost feel like I don't want this to
I know what you
fold
mean.
in with anything else. Let it be its
Yeah.
own thing.
I'm hoping that they usher in like some kind of soft reboot. I think after Secret Wars we need like
Secret Wars should be the reboot.
a soft
It should be.
reboot. Yeah, and I mean I'm pretty sure that they've said that
I
that's
think
pretty
that-
much
that's
where
what
they're
gonna
going.
do.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just don't know how far they're going to take that.
I
because
just want them to use my idea. Just let Kamala be the one to reboot it, and so that it comes back the way she envisions the Marvel Universe.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't see that
I
happening.
just don't see that moving
It
up
makes
to,
sense, but they probably won't do it. But,
no,
it makes
that
sense,
makes
though.
that
But it
makes
makes
the
sense,
most
though.
that makes the most sense because through her young, bright, and optimistic eyes,
Right.
that would make a beautiful rebirth for
Remember, Franklin Richards is in this movie, and Franklin Richards is going to be in Secret Wars. So,
Yeah, but he's not going to be 13 and be like, "Oh, mommy and daddy are hurt. Let me remodel a spare planet."
But that's how Secret Wars ends, with him and Reed redoing the multiverse.
True.
This Secret Wars.
The new suit. That's
And I thought it ended with wait. I thought Doctor Strange was like the only way we can do this is X, Y, and Z.
No, they went to the Molecule Man, and Doom and Reed faced off, yelling at each other, and then Doom realized that Strange should have had the powers instead of him. So Molecule Man was like, oh, well, you just answered that for me and took the powers away from Doom and gave them to Reed. And him and Franklin went, and Franklin would create the new universes, and they made a new multiverse.
Okay. I mean, if they want to, they could do that too. They could also do what the original ending to Infinity Gauntlet was supposed to be, where Daredevil uses the Infinity Gauntlet to remake the Marvel Universe, and it comes back through Daredevil's perception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was right. It was supposed to be Daredevil. It was supposed to be that seeing it through with Daredevil kind of recreating the Marvel Universe. That was going to be a little bit darker. That was, and then they scrapped that idea.
So we're happy about this trailer?
I'm happy about this trailer.
Happy?
Better than I expected.
Very happy.
It was a good trailer. Like, Marvel doesn't make a bad trailer.
All right.
I mean, I'm gonna go see the movie. Like I said, I was just a little underwhelmed. Like, it didn't wow me. Like, I don't think it raised my excitement for it any or anything like that.
I don't know.
I'm actually trying to contain my excitement.
I know.
This is
I
Steve.
don't wanna- I know.
Steve's excited. You can't
Steve
tell.
is
but-
excited. Josh is very excited.
I'm
Just like
excited.
his crew.
I'm
Like,
trying
It
not
is.
to jump out the window, but yeah.
I mean, for
I
me,
mean, normally you're just so enthused by all things Marvel anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. I was like, it was my favorite. You know,
your favorite.
what they
your favorite
accomplished-
2-3 times a year.
well, yeah. I don't know. Whatever. I think strictly off vibes, like we were saying before. Like, imagine seeing Wakanda in that world, or Adelon in that world.
see, that's what I mean. I want to see more of it.
Yeah, or like imagine they run into Cap on the street. Cap, you know, I know the timeline doesn't exactly,
No.
but I feel like you could.
I think they're going to show us other versions of heroes from that universe.
That would be
Because
cool.
they're going to
would
show
be
us Silver Surfer, which will
Yeah.
be a different version.
Right, which is, you
And
know,
they're already supplanted in that universe
right.
when the movie starts. So, we'll see.
I just, you know what? Fantastic Four was like one of the first superhero like concepts or characters that I ever really kind of encountered as a little kid, because I remember watching the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It was on TV when I was a kid, not in first run. I'm not that old, but it was, you know, it was in reruns or whatever. And so, like, for that and having that, and now getting to see this, like, for me, it's like, okay, I feel like this for me is one of the last things that, as far as nostalgia goes, that I needed to see be a movie and get it to be done right, at least for me. You know what I mean? So after this, I kind of feel like
Yeah,
I'm satisfied.
And I'm an X-Men baby too, so I like
Right.
Fantastic Four well enough. But like, if you got me on a Fantastic Four trailer, like, you know,
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
All right. That's our review. See you later.
Peace out.
I can feel the energy flow. So intense how the energy glow. When my energy low, that's when my enemies show. I let my enemies know. I take my enemy's soul and burn my enemy's gold. Yeah, intent's amazing. Spider-Man villain, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, all the same villains. Jokers, goblins, Luther's the president. Catwoman, let the venom in. I'm dealing with these penguins that want me to kneel before Zod. It's a job from Castle. Through roads like a war machine to find Destro's castle. Xavier schools filled with fools, teaching young mutants how to misuse the powers with which we all fuse. America's frozen in ice. Wonder Woman's disappeared into the night. So Wonder Girl wanders through the years, wondering why no one can explain the tears, causing havoc. Seduced by Madeline. Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero.